Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Crouch here. I hope you've had a lovely weekend and that you're ready for another great week of learning from home. So, I've got a new book to share with you this week, but before we do that, let's have a look at our learning intention and our success criteria. So, today we're learning to make predictions about what will happen in the text before we read it. This helps get our brains ready to think about what we are reading. So, when we're predicting, we look at the front cover and we use the clues that we can see there in the pictures. And you can also be using your prior knowledge. That's things that you already know about the topic. And I'm sure you'll know a lot about the book that we're going to be reading this week. So, how can you be successful today? Well, you can predict who the characters might be in this story that we're going to read this week. You can predict the setting of the story, so where the story is happening. And you can also predict what the problem and the solution might be in the story. And I think you'll have some knowledge about that already as well. Okay, let's have a look at our new text for this week. And here it is, our story for this week, The Three Ninja Pigs. This story has been written by the author Corey Rosen-Swartz, and its pictures have been drawn by the illustrator Dan Santat. Okay, the Three Ninja Pigs. Last week we had the story of the Three Little Pigs. That was a traditional story that had been told many times. Don't think this one is so traditional. Never heard of ninja pigs before. Do you know anything about that word ninja? Could it have something to do with the way that the pigs are dressed? I think maybe you have heard that word ninja before. You might have seen it on a TV show or in a book that you've read. A ninja is someone who has become very good at one of the martial arts. And martial arts are different types of moves that people learn to do, and maybe they learn it for exercise to stay fit and healthy, or maybe they learn it to want to protect themselves. So we can have a look here at these three pigs, and I'm wondering who they might want to protect themselves from, why they are ninja pigs. I think it might have something to do with that wolf that we can see behind them. Okay, let's have a look. So we've talked about our characters. We've got our three ninja pigs there in their outfits. And we have the wolf. So that's the same as the last story we read, except for the ninja outfits. Let's have a look at the setting where this story is happening. It looks like it might be happening in a cold place. I can tell that by looking at that mountain in the background. It's covered in snow. That tells me the setting could be a very cold place, and all that blue on the front cover makes me think that as well. And then if I look a little more closely at the background picture, I can see these pink flowers. Now I've seen them before somewhere, and I know that they are a special type of tree called a cherry blossom tree. And I'm also looking at the outfit that one of the pigs is wearing, and he has a headband on, and that reminds me of a flag that I've seen before. I wonder if I could put all those clues together and think about where this story could be happening. That flag is not our Australian flag on his headband. It's from a different country. Interesting. You might like to have a think about that. Okay, so now that we've looked at the characters and the setting, let's have a think about what the problem in this story could be. Do you think maybe it's got something to do with the big bad wolf again? In last week's story, the problem was that the big bad wolf kept blowing down the houses of the three little pigs. I'm wondering if the wolf is up to that same naughty behaviour in this book, blowing down the houses of the pigs. Could that be the problem? I can tell from the picture and the way the wolf's mouth is positioned that it looks like he is blowing at the moment. So I think maybe that could be right. And then I'm thinking about what the solution might be. How will they fix this problem of the wolf blowing down houses, perhaps, if that's what he's doing? Could it be similar to last week's solution, where there was one pig who was the cleverest of all, who took the time to make a sturdy house of bricks and was very smart about the way that they made their house? I wonder. All right, well, that's some good thinking that we've done there together. I'm going to get you now to have a go at making some predictions of your own. So in your book, I'd like you to draw these 4 boxes like the ones I've got here on the page and pop these little headings in. I'd like a box for characters, a box for the setting, a box for the problem, and a box for the solution. And that can take up your whole page in your book. Okay, give yourself plenty of room for this. Once you've done that, you can continue watching the video. So just press pause for now, draw your boxes and write the headings in each, and then press play again and we can see what we're doing next. Okay, so now you've got your page set up, you can go and make your predictions now about these different parts of the story. So you can draw pictures if you would like to, or you can write words in these boxes to make your prediction. So I've started you off here with a picture of the 3 little pigs, and you can pop in there any other characters you think will be in the story. We saw the wolf on the front cover, but there might be some other characters you're predicting could be in the story this time. Okay, so that's your characters. Then you move to the setting and you can draw or write where you think this story is taking place. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Rewind the clip if you like and go back and listen to that part again. We were chatting about that. Then you need to think about the problem in the story. What's going to go wrong in this story of the 3 little pigs? Will it have something to do with that big bad wolf? And then you're going to think of your solution and make a prediction about how this story will end. The problem that you just thought of, how is that going to get solved or fixed? That's the solution. What do you predict is going to happen there at the end of the story to fix the problem? Okay, and once you've done that, I've got one more job for you to do with predicting. So pause the clip here and you can make your own predictions here and then press play and see what your last task will be for today. Okay, so now you've had a go at predicting different parts of the story, like the characters, the setting, the problem and solution. Now I'd like you to have a go at predicting some of the words that you might see in this story. You can write them down on the page here. I want you to challenge yourself to come up with at least 5 words. I've left room there for 6, so you could do more than that, but try to get at least 5. Now these words should be interesting words. So we're not talking about the everyday words that you'd see in the book like the or can or to. We're looking for words that might be specific just to this story. Remembering it's a story about ninja pigs. So think about some words to do with ninja or karate that you might know of. So maybe I'm thinking just now one of the words might be something like a black belt, because I know that in karate people go through different levels of belts. So the black belt I think is the highest level that you can get to. So maybe something like that might be in the story. Okay, so I want you to have a think about interesting words that would be specific just to this story. And it's just a prediction. If those words aren't in your story, aren't in the story when we read it later, that's okay. It's just getting you thinking about the story, about what you might see in here. All right. Good luck with that. I know you're going to do an awesome job. Can't wait to see your great work. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.